Hey, and welcome back to Rocco Wrecked, where I take a recipe and I switch it around a little bit and we see if I rocked it or if I wrecked it. And it's fall already, even though it's been a beautiful weekend here in Ohio. And that makes me think of Thanksgiving. And what do you think about Thanksgiving other than green bean casserole? And why don't we ever eat green bean casserole during the year? Like, why is it just for the holidays? So I was looking at trending things, and tater tot casseroles are actually trending. So I was looking at a couple recipes, and there was one I found in particular that had almost all the ingredients of green bean casserole except for the green beans, and it had ground beef and it had tater tots on it. So I'm like, all right, well, let's try this with some green beans in it and see if it works. So let's go ahead and get started. So first I ground up some extra lean ground beef with some seasoning and some onions. So I'm just gonna layer that or put that in the bottom of this pan. I did grease the pan. So take that ground beef and all those onions and just put that in the bottom of the pan. Spread it evenly around. And then I'm gonna add the green beans. I like to use the French cuts because, I don't know, I think it's a texture thing with the regular green beans, with the way they get a little crunchy or smushy when you make your green bean casserole. So I like to use the French cut ones because then they're already cut. And then you put your cream of mushroom and cream of celery soup in there. So I've taken those cans and I've combined them up, and I'm just gonna make a nice layer of those in here. I tried really hard not to put any cheese in this. When you see the finished one, I was like, oh man, I just wonder if a little bit of cheese would have helped with it, but we are gonna go pretty classic here. But that doesn't mean that when you make green bean casserole, you can't put cheese in it, or if you try this one, go ahead and try some cheese in it and see how it works out and let me know. All right, so I've got the ground beef, and I've got the green beans, and I've got the cream of mushroom and celery soup in there. So then I'm gonna layer it with the tater tots. So some of you will find this, how the kids say, very satisfying, because if you use this 8x8 pan, it actually works out perfectly. So when you see it, you're not gonna have like extra space or anything. It's gonna be pretty perfect. So I'm just gonna layer these, and then I'm gonna salt and pepper everything, and then I'm gonna put a little melted butter on top. See if that helps crisp these up in the oven even more so. And then I'm gonna put the most favorite part, I don't know about you, but for me, is those fried onions. So almost done here. It's super quick once you get that meat browned up. So if you're looking for a casserole to take for a meal or whatever, this one is pretty quick and easy. I guess we just have to depend on whether or not it tastes good or not. So there are the tater tots on there. So I'm gonna take a little melted butter and put that on top. So of course, if you like the recipe, go ahead and like it. Share it to your page so other people can see it. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, you can do that as well if you like YouTube better. It is just on Facebook as well. So here go the onions. So I'm just gonna sprinkle those on top. I'll take out that weird big one. Now I did make 2 of these, so everything that I bought I doubled. So I used this large can, and I used a whole pound of ground beef I used 2 cans of green beans and 2 cans, a can each of the soups. And so yeah, I just doubled everything up. So I'm gonna go in the oven and I'm gonna pull out the one that is ready. Andrew wants to get a shot of that, and I'm gonna put this one in. It does go in a 350 oven for about an hour. My oven cooks a little bit faster, so you just need to make sure that your oven better than other people. So that's it. It's hot. So I'm gonna, oh, I forgot salt and pepper. I'll get that later. This one is salt and peppered. So I'm gonna serve some of this up. Ray, do you want some? All right. So if you pay attention to where the tater tots are, it should even come out pretty well. So there's some for Andrew. It's a little messy. And then we have a special little guest here today. Ray Rocco Dort is here, and she wants to try some. I don't know that this is gonna be her favorite thing to try, but she's gonna be a risk taker and try it today. So Andrew, if you want to belly up to the bar, it is hot, so I would be very careful. It is hot, so you might want to blow on it. Blow and whistle at the same time. So again, there's ground beef on the bottom, then I put the green beans, then I put the soup, then I put the tater tots, salt and pepper, melted butter, and then I put the onions on top in a 350 oven for about an hour. All right. Green bean casserole, a different way. More heartier, more like a meal. Oh, it is hot.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Take your time, don't burn your mouth.
Very good. We did this practically the last week for dinner, but we did a Philly cheesesteak.
I had to fight myself so hard not to put cheese on it.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. The tater tots are crispy. The onions are crispy.
Can't go wrong with
That soup pulls it all together.
nice warm fall meal.
Exactly, that's a nice meal on a chilly fall day. All right, guys, there you go. Green bean casserole, a whole different way. Why don't we eat it more often? We love it so much. So give it a try. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time on Rocco Wrecked.